Make Comrade Show way. Comrade Lante Oriake. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show way. Comrade Lante Oriake. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know.
Yes. A very good evening to everyone. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lamte Oriahi, reaching you at this time. First, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who is joining us right now, and I want to quickly appeal to us to help share the broadcast so we can get some numbers together. We've got some issues that I think they are burning issues that we need to talk about, because right now the state of Nigeria cannot, actually. One can actually be certain about what is going to happen, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, a week from now, next year, looking at the state of insecurity, within the Nigerian structure, and of course, the multiple standards that the leadership of the nation, is applying to, things, as it were, and things has gone to a point where some of us are very concerned, and I think very seriously that all efforts right now need to be put into the future of the Nigerian state, as it were, because right now we have an existential threat, to the peace and stability of the country. Actually, there had never been peace, though. There had never been peace. We've just been managing, because some of us, we've come to believe in the axiom that says that real peace is not necessarily the absence of violence, but the presence of justice. In Nigeria today, the ordinary Nigerian doesn't see justice anywhere. And of course, like we all know, Nigerians have been dying in their numbers because of, so many things and all that. But before we go into the security situation in the country, there's something I want to talk about. The thing is really taking over the whole internet space, and I'm going to talk about it because not in the light of the substance of the matter, as it were. I don't want to go into that, and I'm not here to be judgmental, but I think that this matter is a distraction, and many of you who are out there already, you've seen it. It's becoming very topical. Everybody's discussing it and all of that. And things like this come up and they take our mind away from very important matters of state, matters that have to do with our future as a people and all of that. And I think that, some of these kind of things should not take the attention away from, very important issues. Many of us who are listening to me right now may not really know, what is happening. But I can tell you that from the lens that we are using to look at Nigeria right now, Nigeria is today a country that is like sitting on a keg of gunpowder, which, explosion can actually be imminent, as it were, based on things that are happening, except, of course, things are managed properly. And again, I've got some footages I'm going to be showing to us, which again further underscore the fact that, as a nation, we are illegal. The binding what's it called, a document, okay, that binds us together as a nation. It's an illegal document. I'm talking of the Constitution of Nigeria, and of course there are certain human beings that, of course, laid credence to that. So, which means that the entire fabric of the Nigerian state needs to be put under serious discussion, and we need to come out agreeing that we want to be together as a people. This is important because right now, there is a systemic invasion of the entire Nigerian system by herdsmen, okay? And of course, Fulani herdsmen, to the extent that people are making statements to say that they own, all the lands in Nigeria and they can move anywhere. We're going to be looking at the issue of, herdsmen and of course all of the travails, going with it as far as Nigeria is concerned. We're going to be, trying to look at all of this, and of course the claim certain human beings are making certain quarters, and of course, the position of the IG of police on the issue of herdsmen right now in the western part of Nigeria, you know, which is not, we cannot equate, you know, with the way they take other matters of state seriously and all of that. Now, some of us are beginning to really like, okay, are we actually living for the cows, or are the cows living to serve us as a people, you know, as meal? Because from the way it is right now, increasingly, because of cows in Nigeria, okay, we are just right now, you know, at the very doorstep of a civil war. And that is what the situation is right now. If you don't know, it is good we know. It's good we start talking about some of these things. But before I zero into the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, I want to thank everybody who's joining so far. Usatu Obasu, I see you. Monday, Asia, thank you so very much. Azika Abraham, thank you. Please, let's share this broadcast. Ito Amosiwo, thank you. You've shared. God bless you, man. Azika, please share. Edede Dare, thank you so much for joining. Kainde, thank you so very much. This is a very important discourse. At some point, we probably will be opening the line so that people can equally make some contributions. Just before I zero into this, something broke within the last 48 hours, but within the last 24 hours, it has intensified. There's a story about Apostle Suleman, and the question I ask myself is, Apostle Suleman again? Okay? And again, it's still having to do with a matter that has to do with infidelity. Somebody has come out to say Apostle Suleman is sleeping with his wife. Many of you already know this story. But there's an angle. I'm going to be discussing this story. I'm not here to make any judgment. We really cannot know exactly what is happening, you know. But the only thing I'm puzzled by is I actually do not think it is proper that Apostle Suleman is, you know, in the news, you know, for this kind of a thing, you know, a second time. You know, it doesn't look very all right, because those who believed his own side of the story the first time may have difficulty believing it the second time. This is an issue, and I'm particularly, you know, not happy with it at all, because I believe that this issue is taking attention away from very relevant, you know, state matters that Nigerians right now need to be concentrated on and dealing with, as it were. But before we discuss this matter, there's this confession, a clip by the woman's husband, and I'd like to play probably an excerpt of it, so that for those who may not have seen, we'll see. And of course, let's we're going to talk about it in an angle. I'm going to approach it from an angle of distraction. But let's take a listen.
My name is Mike Davids. I was a pastor with Omega Fire Ministries of Apostle Suleman, Auchi, Edo State. I was in that ministry as a pastor for 16 years, because I met Apostle Suleman in 2003. I have a proof to that effect of the letter, you know, that he sent to me July 3rd, 2003. And I left the ministry 2019, which was last year, last 2 years, March to be precise, you know, on account of certain things, you know, that happened, which I would want the general public to know about. But the reason why I am mainly doing this video is because my life as I speak is no longer safe. I can't sleep, you know. Sometimes I don't even have to sleep in my house. I had to just, you know, move away because of so many things that you know, happening around me, threats here and there, you know, calls from unknown numbers, you know, threatening my life, you know. Secondly, so that the general public will be aware that should anything happen to me, Mike Davids, so that the general public will know who exactly to hold responsible. I know my family has nothing. I know I am a nobody to Apostle Suleman, but I want the general public to know that should anything happen to me, just in case you no longer hear about me, I want everybody around the world, you know, from wherever you are watching this video from, to know that it was Apostle Suleman that took my life. Now, what happened was this. I got married to my wife, Pastor Faith Unose Edeko. You can check that up on Facebook and you'll see it. Pastor Faith Unose Edeko. That's the name she presently answers now. I got married to her, in 2008, December 6th to be precise. After we actually courted for, or were probably in relationship, for about a period of 10 years, because we knew each other in secondary school, and our friendship developed from there, until when we came out of school and all of that, we both, came into agreement to, to raise it, to start a home. But prior to this time, when I finished school, because I had met Apostle Suleman, and we started out. I was the first campus pastor of Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Edo State. And when I met Apostle Johnson Suleman, being that my wife also knew I was connected to him, so I established contact between the two of them so that he also would know her. And from that time, after meeting my wife, I noticed that, things were basically never the same. But although I didn't really put my mind to it, because as at then, he was somebody, I greatly esteemed, somebody that, I've come to love. And then, somebody I dear so much, and I saw as a spiritual father, because my father passed 3 months after my wedding. March 2009 was when my father died. And when I met Apostle Suleman, I was really not bothered, because I felt that I could have a father in him. But my wife had mentioned to me of 1 or 2 things, of his invitations of her to, to Benin, to Reliance Hotel. Those of you who know Benin, I don't know whether Reliance Hotel is still there. I think along Aduawa and all of that. Sometimes we will invite her over for, to pass the night with him. And
anyhow, my people, I am not going to belabor us with this video. This video is quite long. It's about 20 minutes confession, or rather report that this guy, was making and all of that. But the long and short of it all was that the man is accusing Apostle Suleman of, sleeping with his wife. And of course, he complained that his life is in danger right now. And as a matter of fact, he equally added that his children has been taken away from him. And Suleman is in charge, and somehow he has alleged, that Suleman is responsible for all that is happening right now. And of course, he made a lot of, spurious claims against alleged by him against Suleman. This video is trending, trended quite much, but surprisingly, the said wife has equally come out, to try to debunk what the man, had said, which is making a lot all around social media. But let's just hear a brief of what the wife equally had to say, and then of course I will summarize that, and of course I'll tell you why I'm having to play this video. But it's not my major, matter of attention tonight. But let's just take a listen at this clip.
Hello, Pastor Mike. First of all, I bring you greetings from your 3 kids. I bring you greetings from them, Michelle, Great, and Gabriel. I just got a video trending online, and I thought it fit to reply you. It is me you have issues with, then I think you should face me. I don't know why you're fighting a man who obviously has done you no wrong and has no hand in whatever issues we both had. You have called on Nigerians over an issue that you already know the truth. I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know who paid you. I don't know what you want to achieve. But the only thing I'm going to say to you, haven't you done enough? Have you not destroyed this heart enough? Haven't you done the worst that any man could ever do? Have you not done? Aren't you tired of the too many things you've done to me? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of the things, the pain, the things that are too despicable that I can't even tell the world?
Anyway, Nigerians, please, I want to quickly first. The reason why I play this video really is these excerpts because these are quite long issues and all of that. I am not intending to be judgmental to look into these issues, okay? But it's disturbing that religious institutions are supposed to be examples to us. Okay, things like this start coming out. It's not very nice. But questions were flying around about why would the IG, again, it's going to underscore some of the point I want to make later. You know, reports has it that the IG has ordered investigation into this matter, you know, and all of that, and you know, it begs a whole lot of questions, as it were. But it further, you know, goes down and tie, you know, with the security issue I want to discuss as far as the state of Nigeria is concerned right now and all that. However, you know, if there's an allegation of somebody saying that his own children has been taken away from him and all that, for the sake of that, for the sake of the children, probably the police may, you know, want to intervene to probably, you know, see how these matters can be resolved. And on that note, I probably feel it's probably necessary. Otherwise, if there is a case of, you know, two consenting adults coming together to come and, you know, do whatever they do, okay, if that is the case and all of that, it is not a matter that the police should meddle into, except, of course, the husband of any one of them has decided to, you know, seek the face of justice, you know, and all of that, you know. And again, all these are matters too that are very civil matter, as it were. But the children are involved in this matter, and there's probably a risk, you know, to the well-being of those children and all of that, as it were. And somebody is being deprived. You understand what I'm saying? And then the police may have a, you know, a reason to want to know what is happening. That's on one part. The second aspect is this. Personally, I'm very unhappy with this story. I'm unhappy with it, you know, from different strands. You understand? I'm unhappy with it because, first and foremost, again, it's bringing Apostle Suleman right out again in the news for a similar reason that we saw some couple of years back, and that people really came out to defend Apostle Suleman, you know, and all that. Okay, and I think that, you know, it's before this matter goes too far, I think it will be necessary. This is my own opinion. I'm just saying my opinion. I think it will be necessary that this matter is brought under control quickly, and the person who can best bring this matter under control should be Apostle Suleman, as it were, and all that. There is no getting the fact that all of these characters in this whole, you know, plot, this whole drama playing out right now, they know themselves, okay? But what we cannot do is to say this actually happened or that actually, we don't know. We may never know, as it were. It's going to be this and that and that. And the longer this matter lasts, it's going to be distracting us from a lot of things. And the people who are killing Nigeria right now, they don't listen to this. They don't spend their time bothering about this. What they are busy doing, they are building colonies all around the southern region. What they are busy doing, they are building their own kingdoms all around our territories. And what we are faced with right now is an existential threat that we cannot shy away from. And this threat is a threat of Fulani herdsmen. But you are going to take a listen, but I'm not just going to talk alone, because I'm going to be playing some footages, okay, that is laying, you know, some of this matter, you know, that is, of course, you know, giving credit to some of these issues. So I sit here, to be honest, we have a lot of this right now, you know, what's it called, ravaging us as a people. We have one unknown virus from nowhere that is threatening our collective existence. And yet, we have our own man-made issues, okay, occasioned by, as alleged, as some people can make claim to, okay, by a president and a government that is ready to make sure they take us Nigerians to the cleaners. My people, we must wake up, and this is why I'm doing this video. But let us take a listen to some human beings. And I'm sure their words will matter as far as this issue is concerned. Let's take a listen, please.
Abacha. And people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? General Abacha famously said that if an insurgency lasts for more than 2 days, the government knows. That is the reality and the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. Why not have sat down with us? Not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from one of the Middle East countries in private jet, full of ammunitions and dollars.
Did they tell you, Dr. Badaya, why they would want to cause civil war in 2022?
Yes, so that they can continue in power. I'm not making this up. I am not joking about this. I love Nigeria. I don't like the shedding of innocent blood.
The revelation, okay, it's actually been there. But I've seen this revelation quite a long time ago. But somehow, I'm replaying this matter right now because the things that are happening right now all around is laying credence, to the claims made by this man. And, it tells us that what we are facing right now in this country, with Boko Haram, with banditry, with Fulani herdsmen, they are deliberately orchestrated to bring us to our knees. And when you begin to hear statements from, Miyetti Allah, saying that they own all the lands in Nigeria, then you begin to understand, okay, this matter is probably coming genuinely from somewhere. Okay? Then when you begin to hear things like the IG, okay, asking police to escort, headers, to villages to settle. We begin to hear things that IG ordering that people who are trying to defend themselves be arrested. Then you begin to understand that, okay, there's a problem in this matter. There's something that is more than meets the eyes. There is something here that is not just happening accidentally or coincidentally. It is happening because it is deliberately orchestrated to happen. And the only reason why this is happening is that there is the readiness for certain human beings, particularly those of the Fulani descent, okay, headed by the president of Nigeria. There's the readiness to recolonize us Nigerians, but this time by the Fulanis. And that is why somebody will have the effrontery to say that the Fulanis own all the land in Nigeria. That was the same reason why one human being said much earlier, addressed a gathering and said that the oil of the Niger Delta belonged to the North. Some human being made that statement. We must now begin to see the handwriting on the wall. Because for everything that has been happening in Nigeria, imagine Nigerians came out in a civilized manner to protest the brutality of police. Protest police brutalities, the NSAS protests. They went to like a place where they found comfort. Had a lot of address, made there and all of that. Settled there to make their voices heard, as it were. But certain human beings gave orders and people were shot with live ammunitions. You understand what I'm saying now? People died as claimed. A week later, or less, or more, as it were, a president of the Fulani descent came out addressed Nigerians. He never even mentioned, talked about that brutality that took place at the level of Lekki. And yet, everywhere cows have been threatened in Nigeria, the president and his government take it as the number one matter to be dealt with. Everywhere, all across, we have had killings upon killings upon killings upon killings upon killings upon killings. As a matter of fact, this government, this administration has overseen, the death of most Nigerians, more than we have ever seen in the history of the country, apart from during the Civil War. And we're going to wait for all of us to perish first. I am using this medium, this discourse, to say whatever is happening right now in the West, in Ondo State, in your state, is real. Now, the reality of what is happening in Ondo, in Oyo, is already happening in Edo, in Delta, in the South regions. It is time for us to wake up. Because what history told us is that what we are seeing right now, they are signals. They are those things eventually we are going to call part of the remote causes that will lead to the Nigerian Second Civil War, which will be very devastating. But we don't need to fight. We don't need to die. Okay? But we need to defend our position that the lands in the south don't belong to the Fulani herdsmen. We need to let the Mietiala people understand that our land is our land. Somebody said among the Mietiala, somebody said that there is freedom of movement in Nigeria. But the truth of the matter is that the laws of Nigeria does not empower anybody to trespass another man's property. The truth of the matter is that what Fulani people are doing right now with the hailers and all these things, they are trespassing. They are killing people in their farms. They are destroying their crops. They are feeding on the livelihoods of people and destroying their livelihoods. When these people come out to say they are protesting this thing, they open fire and kill them. Now the question, there are so many questions to be asked in this matter. Today in Edo State, we are all combining effort to fight insecurity. Yesterday, I had an interview with the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, and I remember one of the questions I posed to the Speaker was, what enabling laws are in place to ensure that people who carry firearms unauthorized are dealt with squarely? Because the laws of Nigeria does not, I have not seen anywhere it is written that some people have the right to bear firearms authorized. When the police in the south see our boys with firearms, when we see them, we chase them. We even kill some of them. We even burn some of them alive. We carry out jungle justice on them. Yet, we see Fulani herdsmen with AK-47 moving around. No police stops them. No authority asks them, why are they with AK-47? And there is no law in Nigeria that has told us that some people are more equal than others. That some people can bear firearms and others cannot bear. And yet, with this AK-47, many of our people have been killed in the bushes. The other day, over 40 farmers were killed in the north. And what the government of Buhari could come out to say was that they did not take permission to go to their farms. That is why they died in their farms. In the hands of Boko Haram, in the hands of bandits, in the hands of Fulani herdsmen. Where are we? Where are we? Looking at the development today in Nigeria, I am forced, I am constrained to begin to take a stand. To begin to take a stand with Nnamdi Kanu. I am constrained to begin to understand that this man Nnamdi Kanu has had his reasons, and his reasons are valid to call for a sovereign state of Biafra. I am beginning to take a stand that the claim of Nnamdi Kanu to call for a referendum for the Eastern region is a valid claim. How can we? We are living beings. We have it in our history in Edo land. Some of us make bold to make the claim that if we were living when the British came to come and on the expedition in Edo land and move our king away to Calabar, if we were alive, that would not have happened. Today we are alive. Today we are alive, and we see the effrontery by the Fulanis. We see the effrontery and their desperation to overrun Nigeria. Are we folding our arms? Are we allowing fleeting things to take over our attention? We cannot allow that. Whatever is happening in Ondo State, that's happening in your state, believe me, it's already under our nose. And that is exactly what this man, this video I just played right now, lay claims to. The man said they have it already master plan. Fulani Hesme, Boko Haram, all these killers, bandits, everything, their leader is a northern governor. And I'm not surprised if he had gone ahead to say he's a Fulani man. Because from what we are seeing, the president of Nigeria does not care. He doesn't care. His only interest is that these cattle are protected. Are you asking me why? If you ask me why, I'll tell you that the president of Nigeria is one of the chief owners of all the cows that parade Nigeria. My people, there is no more meat. Nigeria doesn't have more meat than we have in the UK. Nigeria doesn't have more meat than we have in Europe. Nigeria doesn't have meat at all compared to what we have in Europe and America. But yet, right here in the UK, we do not see cows moving around. These things are well managed. Why can't we copy the model that is applied to advanced world, to better places? Is this today, in this era, in this modern era, we still have cows gallivanting, dragging space with human beings? Is this it today? People can't but you are making multi-millions from cows. Why can't you have a right for your cow? Why can't you guys encourage hay? People start planting hay, and of course making money from hay. Why can't we create an environment for cows to live in? Why we human beings will live in our environment peacefully? The only reason why they are doing what they are doing right now is because there is an orchestrated plan, there's a game plan to overrun us in the south. My people, I am concerned. To be very honest with you people, I am an Edoma. Okay? And I am concerned seriously about Edo State right now. Because as it is, if the South people cannot come together to take a decision on this matter, because the impunity with which Buhari is governing Nigeria is becoming too much and it's alarming. It's unacceptable. You were invited by the National Assembly, by the House of Reps, to come and explain why we have so much insecurity in the land. They told them this man did not go. And yet, many of these people in the political class, they were defending the ineptitude and the wickedness, the deliberate orchestration by this government to ensure that they would weak all of us into danger. Till today, it is not an issue. The president has become bigger than every other person. The president has become bigger than Nigeria. How can we allow this? Now, people are saying, headers, this is our land, leave our land, we give you ultimatum. And the whole world is running a tasketa. Why would they do that? They should arrest those who are trying to stand to defend themselves. My people, if Nigeria needs anarchy, if the federal government of Nigeria wants to lead Nigeria to anarchy, South regions, call yourselves to order. You have to defend yourselves. We cannot just fold our arms and we are watching. They are piling up arms and they are getting prepared for a date they are set aside to overrun everybody. Is everybody going to die in our villages before we start reacting? People are already dying. We have lost so many. Are we all going to die all together before we start reacting? I want to look. They said they are holding a peace talk. My people, you guys from the West, you are waking up. Don't close your eyes. All this useless peace talk they are discussing right now, it is just to buy time. It is to buy time. Because if you have a cow, you have cows in the north, build your ranch. If you want to encourage the Satanas to grow hay, to grow grass for you, you buy and feed your cow. That's what you should do. That is what you should do. And leave the people alone. I have seen videos, footages. They come, they enter the farms, destroy crops, destroy everything. Heart-wrenching videos like that. Sometimes they even carry their guns. They celebrate. They celebrate. They celebrate. They celebrate their affront on our peace and tranquility. They celebrate the effort of peace and tranquility. My people, are we going to allow this? Are we going to allow this? Before I continue, let me play this video. This one is from ex-president Obasanjo. Just hear what he had to say. To know that the person we have as president has a plan. This man ran severally to become president, not because he wanted to do anything in Nigeria, but because he wanted to advance the Fulani colony in Nigeria. Because he wanted to ensure that Fulani take over everywhere in Nigeria. Some of you are busy running around lobbying for 2023 when you don't even know that 2023 may not exist by the plans we already see being orchestrated. Some of you are moving up and down. It must be Tinubu 2023, November 2023. 2023 may not exist. We may not have 2023. From the reliable information some of us are gathering, not what I'm telling you right now. Some things I'm waiting when it is time I start talking about them. There may be no 2023. It is good we start hearing them now. Second World War in Nigeria is looming. It either becomes a war or it becomes just a genocide. We either like to become a full-blown war or it will just be genocide where everybody from the south, they will eliminate all of us and truly take over the land in the whole of land in Nigeria. But let us listen to what Obasanjo had to say.
When you have a situation where your own tribe is being accused of something, now you must be able to look into it and make it transparently clear that that accusation is unfounded, or if it's founded, you deal with it. There have been, herdsmen, farmers. Now, herdsmen are mainly Fulanis. Nothing has been done. Rather than doing something about it, what we are having is, okay, we will create colonies, cattle colony. Where will you create colony in Nigeria? Is it in my own part of the country that you will now make a colony? Who will give you land to create colony within its own state? So these are specific. You are asking for specific. I can go on and on. But there are many things that should not have been done that are being done, and many things that should have been done that are not being done, that will have helped in the area of management of diversity.
Thank you, President Obama.
That is former President Buhari talking. And he made all the sense that we are trying to make. Now, somebody is supposed to be a president in charge of everything. Under this administration, we have lost more souls than we ever did at any time in the history of Nigeria. Under this administration that has not even lasted more than 5 years, as it were. We, as a nation, we have lost more souls than at any time in the history of our country, apart from in the time of the Civil War. Nigerians, Edo people most especially, it is time we wake up. And I'm saying this, with all sense of duty and diligence. We are not going to wait for the government of Edo State. We, the people of Edo State, we need to start waking up. We need to start waking up because many of us don't seem to understand what is happening right now. We must know the time that we are in. We must understand the time and be prepared for the time. The time we are in right now is a time where we need to know that we are already being overrun. We are already being overrun. In our bushes in Edo State, in our bushes in Edo State, in our bushes all over the south region of Nigeria, south, from Delta to Rivers, to Cross River, to Bayelsa, all the bushes have been overrun by Fulani herdsmen. They have been overrun by Fulani herdsmen. I personally want to call on, there are certain people, they know themselves, particularly those in Edo State, to understand that the time is now. We must clear our bushes and rid them of this menace. Now, that effort has to be done. There must be no noise about it. There must be no noise about it. There should be no noise about it. Let us defend ourselves. Let us defend our territory. Let us defend and rid our territories of all of this nonsense and clean ourselves and defend ourselves. Because what we see right now from, imagine, this government gave as alleged 100 billion naira to Miyetti Allah upon inception. The first time. 100 billion. For what? For what? Is Miyetti Allah the only organization in Nigeria? For what? The first video I played just now, you heard the man saying that they're already moving arms all over the country. They have money. They are using state resources. Why can't we accuse the president when we see that he doesn't do anything? He doesn't move. He has got some service chiefs whose business alone is to defend the president and not Nigerians. Why do we have service chiefs if Nigerians can be dying in these numbers? Why do we have the president? Any president, any leader who cannot protect lives and property cannot, should not, as a matter of fact, have business with leadership. And I think, with what we already see in this country, right now, there is no better call that we should be making right now than to ask that the president, with all due respect, while Nigeria is still in one piece, should just resign. Should resign. Should resign. Because one of the major reason Nigerians elected this man to be president was to come and help us fight Boko Haram. Little did we know that this man has an agenda. An agenda. An agenda. Professor Wole Soyinka said earlier that this man ought not to even be president. He had no reason to have won the election. Of course, we understand what that means. Only God knows whether he actually won the election. But we cannot call that to question now because we don't even have the means and everything to do that. But what we are saying is that Buhari is not bigger than Nigerians. He's not bigger than Nigeria. Right there, that young man Kanu is already making a very strong claim that the man we have there is not Buhari. This probably is a matter that we need to start looking into. But while all of this is on, I want to tell you the foundation of this whole matter. At least from some point. Because all these people, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. This one, I listened to this man's video, which has equally been trending. In fact, I was close to tears. In a country that has tens of thousands of professors, intellectuals everywhere abound, we are just being led by a few disgruntled elements, by a few persons who in fact, should not have a place in the society in Nigeria. And yet they are the ones who cook the Nigeria for us. They are the ones who decide what happens in Nigeria. And yet all of these intellectuals we have out there, some of them end up becoming pastors, they end up becoming bishops, they end up becoming, different kinds of things, and are unable to contribute to what the state needs. Listen to this video. You will understand and you probably will cry for the country yourself.
49 people selected to write a constitution, wrote a constitution. 40 people in the Supreme Military Council promulgated a constitution for us. Under General Abubakar, government in which I served, I was in executive council. I never saw the draft constitution. And I was Minister of Information. It was my responsibility to publicize it to the country. On the day of swearing in of Obasanjo, we didn't have a copy of the constitution. I didn't know who was printing it. And my ministry was supposed to pay for the printing. And Obasanjo was sworn on a constitution that had not been read by anybody. And the National Assembly could not be constituted until 4 days after he swearing in, because there was no clean copy of the constitution. You cannot build on quicksand. And the country cannot live on falsehood.
In this constitution of Nigeria, Christianity was not once mentioned. This constitution gave everything to Islam. Islam was mentioned severally in this constitution. So many things are wrong. This same constitution right now is what is giving birth to a lot of what is happening right now. This same constitution. So at the end of the day, there is no reason why some of us will not believe that even the Abdul Salam, was part of this cook-up. And these people have been, in fact, the history of Nigeria tells us that these people have always had to cook. They look into the future of Nigeria, they cook for us and set the ball rolling. In 1957, Attorney Nahoro moved a motion for Nigerian self-governance, for independence. The Northerners said no, as at when practicable. They said no, because they were in strong alliance with the British to take over the rest of power, to ensure that power remains with them forever and ever. They saw it ahead. They saw it ahead. They resisted. They resisted. And by 1960, they felt they were ripe enough. And when the British were leaving, they left powers with them. I imagine how many Southerners at the time were even ignorant of what was happening. They started that matter. We had the first military coup d'etat. Had the second one that removed the Major Ezogu led a coup d'etat in 1966, I think January 15th or so. In July, we had another one that removed the Ironsi. And all of that culminated into the Nigerian Civil War of 1967 that lasted for 3 years. And of course, it was reported that over 2 million people died in that Civil War. Now, in 1969, when they went to Aburi, trying to make sure they resolve this matter so that the war does not escalate as it were, this is now 67 as it were, before the war actually began. They signed a document agreeing on how to govern Nigeria. And it was agreed that Nigeria should run a confederal state. A confederal state where the regions will have some level of autonomy, and of course we pay something to the center. They came back, the Northerners. They met in their own cocoon and agreed that they were not going to practice that. And of course, Gowon remains on the agreement at Aburi. That was exactly what kickstarts the Civil War. Again, a second time, having rejected a motion moved by Attorney Nahoro for self-governance in 1957. In 1967, at Aburi, coming back, Gowon renounced because they wanted to ensure that they keep Nigeria under. They keep being in charge of Nigeria. Now, I must talk like this right now because I don't see any unity in Nigeria. We are just there existing. Some people are just way ahead of others. They plan. They set the ball rolling. They know where the ball is going to land. Now we are here. We are here. Abdul Salami, according to his own Minister of Information, he's just saying now, put 40 people together to give Nigeria a constitution. A constitution that is one-sided, that is lopsided. A constitution that is actually the base of our problem today. All along, the southern part of the Nigerian state, to be very honest, with all due respect, had been steps behind in this arrangement. And yet, it saddens my heart that those we even elect to represent us at the level of National Assembly, they are the ones that are even using even more. Today, Bola Tinubu is fighting now to become president of 2023. Where he will not get to. Where he will not get to is the one who cooked this arrangement and gave to us. And gave to us, Nigerians. They are the ones themselves and the showman and all the goods them. They are the ones. For their own selfish interest alone. Not for the interest of Nigerians. Because they had an arrangement that at some point power should come to them. What are you chasing after? The life is so transient. When you expect people to actually live for the good of humanity. To leave a credible name behind. But people are living for themselves. Particularly those of the Southern Divide. Particularly those of the Southern Divide. We are in big trouble. The issue of Fulani herdsmen right now is a matter that is a pointer directly to civil war. There is no saying that far, because whether we like it or not, they will want to overrun us. And some of us are going to resist. And the resistance will lead to an outburst. An outburst that will make them to say they want to make sure they finish everybody. So we are either actually going to have a civil war, or we are going to have a genocide. We are going to make a choice. We either fight to defend our territory and plan for it strategically while we still have life, while we still can muster some strength and put this together to defend ourselves, we either start doing that now to defend our territory, to defend our lands. Otherwise, we are in for a big trouble. Because the enemy that is coming after us right now, they are already armed, they are prepared. We are the ones not prepared. There's a footage right now that's flying all over the internet. A whole bus full of passengers, they've been abducted. We see this every day by herdsmen, as alleged, by bandits, allegedly one and the same with Boko Haram. Somebody came out the other day and told us that Boko Haram is already fully resident in the southern part of Nigeria. Are we prepared? Are we ready? Let us look at ourselves. But I am making this broadcast because while yet there is still sunlight, we must start our preparations right now. There are people I'm talking to, they know themselves. They are listening to me. You know yourselves. Please, please, please. If Nigeria will be on fire, let us work hard to ensure that we parachute a door from it. If Nigeria is ready to go on fire, South governors, look at how shameful the matter is now. You made a communique. You sent to the federal government of Nigeria. You asked for the restructuring of Nigeria. Till today, there's been no response to that. That is how, to what extent somebody can disrespect his fellow men. And he did not just disrespect the governors, he disrespected all of us from the South divide. All of us, everybody from South divide. Shall we continue in cowardice and expect grace to come? God forbid, it will not come. But what is happening right now, if we don't take a stand, we have continued to live in cowardice. And I refuse to be part of that cowardice. Nigeria is a shame. Nigeria is a charm. And what is happening right now, we as a people from the south part of Nigeria, we need to get ourselves prepared. We need to defend our territory. Because if you are waiting for the federal government to defend your territory for you, believe me, they are conniving with the enemies of the states, with the enemies of the people, to make sure they bring us all down. Look at what is happening in the western part of Nigeria. The IG order police to escort them back to a land that does not belong to them, to repress the people, even arrest some people. They have ordered the arrest of one of the leaders who is helping to try to defend the land. Hi. No. It can't be Nigeria. It can't be. No. I will be conscious to take that decision. It can never be. It can't. I know. May one say some of us they forbid suffer. If there's another life, it can't be Nigeria. Never. You see them now. One of the biggest business in Nigeria right now, everybody is talking about 2023. Tinubu, knockback. When it is likely that there may be no 2023. It is very likely from what we are seeing, the trapness of war that we are seeing everywhere. There may be no 2023. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Well done, sir. You want to talk to us live? We are live.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to people online. I just want to contribute to what people are saying.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Where are you calling from? And what's your name?
My name is Guavon Marvelous.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
I'm calling from Germany. So, brother, I so much appreciate you people, the effort you people are putting, and the way people are analyzing things, you know. So, all I have to say is that a lot of people are criticizing Biafra because I think maybe if Biafra go, they are going to make things change for Nigeria, or they are going to betray other people. I don't know their mindset. This is high time for we especially we Edo. This is high time for we to wake up, because it has been a long time that Nigeria they have been using us to trade. According to the history of Nigeria, they say Igbo and Yoruba and Hausa, they are the ethnic group. I don't know how they call it. Normally, as per se, everybody comes from Nigeria as a citizen. you have your own land, you have your own tenantry. There is no ethnic group. Everybody is ethnic group. So those are the confusion they used to confuse us from the beginning in the country. Yoruba have their own land, Hausa have their own land, Edo have their own land. So why can you be raining on me? This is not allowed. It's time for us to wake up. All the Edo youth, they are there killing themselves, fighting for what is not important. When the government is overruling you people, for you people to wake up, to fight for your future, for your children's future. Okay, everybody is running out of Nigeria, especially we the Edo running out of Nigeria, is because the situation, the economic of Nigeria is not good. This is not working for us. That is why we are running out of Nigeria. Not that the money is not there. So what are we doing? If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So this is I tell everybody have to wake up. Like me, if war start today, my brother, I will come down to Nigeria to fight war. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk. I don't have time to talk many talk.
God bless you, my friend.
Let's fight battle.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
I don't get a fucking shit. Don't be answer. They take cows, they follow everywhere they go for Nigeria. Those people who have those business, they have to go and build house for those cows and take care of their cow. Not to be parading the cow every part of Nigeria. This is not allowed. We have traveled a lot in abroad. We have seen how people they're taking care of their land.
Thank you, sir.
You will take your business to my own land to be disturbing me, to be inconvenience me. So when I talk, you say you want to kill me.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Points well made. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate your call. The Benima says, oh yeah, I have seen the woman, the way we are right now. I've talked about Nigeria, but I know that the Nigerian projects, only God can tell how long that project will last. Only God can tell, because this project is a one-sided project, and there is no way this project is sustainable. Hello, auntie. Good evening to you, man. Please, can you reduce your device?
Sorry?
Can you reduce your device so that you can talk to us?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Go ahead, man. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, hello, good evening.
Good evening, man.
My name is Rosemary Onawo Nusakari. I'm calling from UK. I just want to contribute to this.
Go ahead, man.
Hello?
I said, go ahead.
Yeah. My point is, because if you go around Nigeria, those states precisely, in the villages there, I have been around. Anytime I go home around Nigeria, I have been going around to the villages just to see what is going on. Do you know that there is no one village in those states that there is no Fulani near? They just go, they give these people land to farm, they give them house to rent, they will wake up one day, their head are up. Why are they giving them land to farm? Why are they leaving them to stay in the villages? There is no villages in Benin City that you can't find these people. You understand, my brother?
Yes.
The first step to take is, one will reject their cow. We don't want cow anymore. We will call our people not to back cow, not to patronize them. And the second thing is, evict them from these villages. Let them go. Let them go. Let them leave our state for us. Because even in my own village, when I went, I'm from Yakob, I'm from Evoviaba. When I went there, I was so angry. Because even there are abandoned houses that they are occupying. They are everywhere.
And they are with guns.
Exactly.
Salobua.
Exactly. You see them going down the villages with AK-44. You understand, my brother? Everywhere, if you go around this one, because anytime I go home, I'm even planning to go now. Anytime I go home, I like to see what is going on in the village. But these people are everywhere, not everywhere. There is no place you don't see them.
We are in trouble. We are in real deep trouble. We're in deep trouble. We are in deep trouble.
That first, let them leave our villages. Then they will look for a plan B. At the time we reject their cow, they will reject any cow market in Benin City. No more cow market. No more renting houses for them. I think from there, no more trading with them at all. Let us live in what we have. At the time we don't patronize their business, I think they will start thinking of leaving. Because they'll be killing us and we'll be still living with them.
It's so
sad, my brother. Also my face. My face. I want to hear me area. My grandchildren will say, no, we can't go there because they see everything that is happening in social media. Oh my brother. My face.
Mama,
it's so sad.
Mama, we're sick, but thank you for calling. Thank you for calling.
You know what I mean, we're sick. Call to me. Thank you, and thank you for updating us every time. I really appreciate this program. In fact, I can't tell you how much.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Because what we update every not to know what they are to know, what give my not to know. In fact, thank you for bringing us close to the government.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amen. You too, Mom. Thank you. Look, my people, I want to make a passionate appeal to Edo people. Very important, because right now there is no way I can speak for Nigeria, because Mama Mwigbe at the level of Nigeria, we are not ready. And I hold nothing against Kanu. Everything I've said about Kanu is, man, Kanu, let the vision encompass everybody, okay? And let's do it strategically, okay? But everything happening in this country, okay, is laying claim to the fact that under the Kanu, okay, his case is valid. His case is valid. And Edo people, we are going to decide how we are going to fight this matter. And I'm going to tell you why. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, madam.
Brother, hello. Good evening. God bless you for everything you are doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to contribute. My own contribution is concerning Edo State.
Yes.
I think the problem we have was Shomole and his gang, what is it called? Yamu. All their gang, I think they are more than Edo people as well. The Obion ways giving all these people land. I think they are all part of the problem. So I don't know how the Edos are going to get out of this situation, even Nigeria as a whole. That is just my fear. I think these people have to be dealt with force. And Buhari, maybe we have to beg other countries to intervene. I have to tell you the truth, because Nigeria doesn't belong to the northern Africa. That is what I say. I live in London.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mawesi. God bless you, sir. Thank you, Mawesi, Mama. So, like I said earlier, I'm not going to speak for Nigeria for too long, because first, I do not have, I don't have anything, because Nigeria, oh God, this is a lost project. Now, I tell you one thing. I see the Igbos like the Chinese. I'm sorry, Igbos get one here. I see the Fulanis like the Chinese. When I was in Spain, I had you know, some very difficult experience with the Chinese people. A Chinese person came to rent my house. Okay, he gave me no yan here. In a way, no buy one area. We ain't buy. Honest one drag one with me. Now we have in our case in the dose. If you are there, share this broadcast. This is a very important matter. We must start taking certain decisions right now, because we have come far and we have come from a very long time. A long time coming, and so many things have been planted. Now, if you want to start uprooting them by force, they can just be clearing it of the villages. So we are going to be smart and wise about it. As far as I'm concerned, I am seriously concerned about Edo State. Seriously. Because there are parts of Edo State that have actually experienced the menace of Fulani herdsmen. How can we be giving land to them? How can we be giving land to them? For how much? For how much? I think it is time we deliberately call our Nigerians together. It is time we deliberately call our traditional rulers together. There must be a policy to get these people out of our land peacefully. Because Nigeria, these people, they want to move them by force. They will finish everybody before everybody wake up. Hey, Salobo, making my Allah now. So, Edo people, what we are facing, I said earlier, is an existential threat. It's an existential threat. What we are seeing right now, Edo is at risk of being run over. Because we are the ones who are innocent. These people, they hold meetings. They take instructions. They are directed. Every step they take is calculated, is collected. They know what they are doing. We are the ones who are ignorant. That is why Mieti Allah will be bold enough to say all land in Nigeria belongs to them. Well, now understand. That language is pregnant with something. And it is pregnant with danger. They say all land belongs to them. That's a dangerous thing to say. Hello. Hello, I can hear you. Good evening. Yeah, I'm okay. Yes.
Everyone's just had enough. Yeah?
Yeah.
But if we are looking at how it was tackled in the Southwest by Sunday.
Yes, Igbo. Yeah.
Igbo.
Yeah.
Now one man might stand up for him. He stand up for him people. One man.
Yes.
Now he to the call of his forefathers and said, man dies but once.
Absolutely.
So the boys that have balls, let them get up. Every Edo man over 18 who is able, let him get up. At least let one of them lead the march to take out the Gangaweeds from that land.
Absolutely.
We fought the British. We had an empire that stretched to the Republic of Benin.
Absolutely.
Have we now turned to cowards? Have we now turned to cowards because we are being educated the Western way? Have we now turned to cowards because we have brought in Middle Eastern religion? Have we now turned to cowards because we're now drinking Bombita? So men have become ajabotas. Rise up! Rise up! Then one man Sunday stood. Bear in mind, the governor was also in the line.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But forget the governor now.
Yes.
Forget our governor. Forget the chiefs. Forget whoever you're saying they should go and come and talk. No, sometimes they can't speak. Those who can speak, let them speak. Those who have a stake, those who can speak, let them speak. They're not getting anything now anyway. So they have nothing to lose, but they have all to gain.
Exactly.
I will put on my khaki and come for wherever I am.
Absolutely.
I will do it.
Yes.
I will do it. Because when you have a man who his first regime in the 80s was of sorrow, tears, and blood, the only people that he imprisoned were those that were not of his ethnic group, that were not from the north.
Absolutely.
The Ambusalis of this world.
Yes.
He imprisoned them, they became sick, they died. But today,
very nepotistic.
We know what Ali did
Yes.
in Vendo.
Yes.
We know what he did for his people. But that man was killed by Buhari. It has been nothing but belittling. It has been nothing but sorrow, tears, and blood. Who is fooling who? Don't wait for the West. I heard someone say, let foreign people come and help you. Listen, they are probably with Buhari.
They are.
It's obvious. Even Facebook is with Buhari because anytime I bring up stuff, they're putting it down. Yes? Fani Kayode has just complained of the same thing. They're putting it down. Do not wait for people who do not want what you want. You get up. They don't have two heads. What they do have, they have the military, they have immigration, they have the police, they have the Navy, they have all of that. But you know, when you look in a battle, they cannot fight on many fronts.
Yeah.
They cannot fight on many fronts and win. So they cannot be fighting Nnamdi Kanu, be fighting you, be fighting the West. But do not also depend on anyone else because everybody is two-faced when it comes to, because, you know, the average black man, they can be bought. That's why we were enslaved.
Yeah.
Enslaved by the Arabs. Come again enslaved by the West. Because we do not have love for one another. We are not united and we can be easily bought. So if you're going on a mission to free your people, make sure you are capable of doing it on your own. That's where you will know that you will gain what you've gone for. Sunday, stood up and gathered men and went. Do not wait for any chief or this or that or foreign or Nnamdi Kanu to come and help you or Sunday. He did it on his own. Go and do your own. We are great people. We are great warriors. It's in our DNA. It's just for the right man to rise. That is the prayer this night. It's for the right man to rise. May the good spirit of our forefathers enter the spirit of the man that will liberate us.
Amen.
Liberate us from this gang of worms. These foreigners, they are foreigners who have come in and they want to settle them in Nigeria. They want to settle them in Nigeria. They are using your oil money to build railways to Niger. They are using your oil money to pay these Boko Haram soldiers. They are using the arms that they're taking loans for. They're giving it to these people, putting the Igbo soldiers and other soldiers in the forefront of Boko Haram to kill them. Who doesn't know what the game is? Even before Nnamdi Kanu knew the game, I knew what the game was.
Anyhow, sister, thank you so much. The point has been well made.
Bullshit.
Yeah, the point.
Bullshit. Die now. Just die now. Do the killing now. Let's just die now.
Yeah.
Don't prolong it. This is the only reason why they tried to go and make peace in the Yoruba land.
In Yoruba land, yes.
Today.
Yeah.
The only reason why they've done that is because they're not ready for war on too many fronts.
Yeah.
They're still coming up. They're still coming.
Yeah.
They're still coming.
We'll stop them now. We'll stop them now. We're stopping them now.
Plan is to take over.
We'll stop them now. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you, man. God bless. Hello.
Hello, Comrade. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. God bless you. Well done, sir.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw some little light on this program right now.
Go ahead, sir. Just 1 minute, sir, so that we can take some other callers.
Okay. My name is Peter Brown from North Somerset.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you, sir. Hello.
I'm supposed to be speaking up for this shit that these Fulani people are doing. We have representatives in the Federal House of Rep who got.
The mass number is greatly interrupted. Hello.
Hello, yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. You have just one minute, sir. I have a lot of calls coming in.
Okay. You
you know, let's say it's fast. This is what we've been saying for long. This is what Unadi Kanu have been saying for long. This is what all Biafran have been saying for long. To say I'm from Edo State too, you know. But you see one thing about us, we have our own problem. Because of the hatred we have some kind of people, when we see truth, we refuse to say it. I'm from Ekman. And this is what these people have been saying for long. Now they have taken over our land. And who are these people that are selling our land to the Fulanis to come and kill us? We should be talking about that. We should be talking about how to unite and fight and defend our land. Because this is what Unadi Kanu have been saying for long. Now we have all seen it. It's earlier we learn how to join them or we perish together in that land as a fool. That is the truth. Let's join on together with IP.
Thank you, my brother. Point well noted. Edo people, right now, the stage we are right now is we need to liberate our land. We need to free our lands from, you know, the grip of these people. We don't need better science anymore. The handwriting is clearly on the wall. You know, I think we as Edo people, as a race, we have condoned enough. As a people, historically, we have condoned enough. This is the truth of the matter. Today, Edo is just one small state in Nigeria. When actually, if Edo had applied the policy of assimilation in the days of our forefathers, when we were still the Benin Kingdom, well known to the world, Edo land would have covered the whole of Nigeria as far as to Dahomey. Today, people come out from Lagos to say they are the owner of Lagos. Only a few can actually say yes, Edo actually own Lagos. Because we have been a people who have been so magnanimous. We conquer, we come back to our homes. We come back and stay close to our palace. And that has kept us where we are. Right now, we cannot afford to be overrun by this existential threat. We cannot afford that. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Who you are, sir?
Who you are? What they give you the attitude, is very important. Only we awareness very less because of very Mama take it serious. We see.
Yeah.
We are let's start from our palace, our royal palace. While alone there is no security. We can start from there. That is the heart of Benin. While alone there is no security. There is no security in every way. Apart from Edo, I will not let Edo. They also take over here. They are taken over. Nigeria all the time. We are actually going far as a barrack.
No. We can't allow this. We can't allow it. We can't. We can't. We can't.
Go to Bobai market, they take over everything. You know, if we trade the above, they told him, Emila now talking in my Emila, outside Emila, what I was an outside Emila, Yakinima, when you can book in a there. Outside Emila, but we have to start.
Hello. I've lost the caller. Edo people, please. At this matter, we are just starting. But we from this table, by the grace of God, we are going to do our consultations. We are going to be very proactive on this matter. Edo says, "Oh yeah, I have seen the woman." In the days when the British came, many of us were not alive. If we were, there was no way they would have succeeded. But now we are living. We cannot allow this impunity to overrun us. Hello. Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello.
Well done, sir. God bless you, sir. Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Anthony, calling from Germany.
God bless you, my brother. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, I think regarding this situation, we need to kind of put in some calmness and think of the solution. So, my proposal would be, if really we are feeling this heat the way it is, maybe with those in diaspora, if everyone could really come up, let's assume $5 per month for security purpose, then we can support the vigilantes, for example, with some sophisticated technology like drones and weapons to safeguard those states. I think that should be the way to go. If everyone really voluntarily $5, €5, whatever, something very peanut, I think we will make really a huge progress in this regard. People they are not ghosts.
They are not.
They are just human.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Just for everyone to come up, not just discussing the problem, putting contribution towards the solution. And the other thing is also my concern is, yes, the Kano is fighting, but we shouldn't use the situation to justify most of the things Nnamdi is saying.
Absolutely not. I agree. I agree with that.
Not on track.
I agree with that.
I'm not totally against what he's fighting for, but most of the things are off track. And because of the situation, we shouldn't justify it.
I agree with that.
We really have to be calm, think of something how we can safeguard those things for ourselves and our family. Okay. This is my short contribution.
Before you leave, Anthony, as you are talking right now, I'm just going to declare right in the public, by the grace of God, that we are going to do some consultations, and probably I think one of the things that's going to come out of the consultation is that we are going to set up a high-powered committee to find a way forward for us, all Edo people. And that committee, we start work hopefully from the next 48 hours. We want to, do some reach out to people, and I think that somebody like you will be relevant, to work in that committee. It's an Edo security committee. We are not waiting for anybody to do this for us, but we have it as a responsibility to defend our land. We are not going to wait for us to be overrun, because what is happening right now, what is building, is that we are just facing that particular threat, and we will deal with it. Thank you very much for your contribution. I appreciate you. God bless you, my brother. I'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Just like a short remark, if we really can get 200,000 Edos that are really ready, willing to make a little contribution. We
will get them. We will get them. But we need to lay all the structures first. Yes.
Don't think $5, $10 is too much for anybody to contribute.
We will get them. Thank you very much. We'll set the ball rolling very soon. Thank you so very much. So, Edo people, please, if you are calling right now, we know the problem already. We have established it. So, like I was saying, we will do the needful. If you are calling right now, call to suggest way forward. Somebody just made a useful suggestion, and I think I am buying into that personally. But everybody needs to meet to discuss. Hello, we can hear you if you are still there.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, madam. God bless you. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
My name is Jane Boklaisiba. I'm calling from France.
Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you.
What I want to contribute is that, first of all, the governor needs to be with the side of the people of Edo. Because the Sunday that fought for the state, the governor was by his side. So our governor also needs to be by Edo people's side. Okay? And at the same time, our governor needs to call all Edo East region all over Nigeria that are security men, police, soldier, mobile police, anywhere they are. They should come down to Edo State to secure their land. That's the first way to go before we can think of every other thing. I believe that one is okay.
Thank you very much, madam. Observation well noted. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Amen.
God strengthen you.
Amen.
Have a wonderful night.
And you too, ma. Thank you. God bless. Hello.
Hello,
sir. Good evening. We can hear you. Just go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, boss. Are you on? It's on live, isn't it?
Yes, you are live. The world is hearing you.
Thank you very much. Anyway, my name is Ben, so I'm just calling from London. Anyway, I've heard what that guy says concerning the security in Edo State. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. You know what? I support the idea that guy came up with. It's a very, very good idea. You know, we in diasporas, we have a lot of Benin people in different countries, and they are very, very good to support such things. And I think that idea is a very good idea. If you can try and organize and bring that forward to put that on the platform, I think everybody in Europe, which is Benin, they will support that idea. It's a very good idea. You can see the security in Benin City now. Those guys there, even there's one guy there that was trying to say it online that people should support them, something like that. I've been following that guy. So we need support. We need to support them so that we can support them. I think this thing can never be. They will not be coming around to take our land, because we need people. There are very many abroad. So please, I support what that guy just said. If you don't mind.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much. Point well made. God bless you, sir.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir. Oh shit, man. I'm just really troubled by this whole scenario. Really, really troubled. Edo people, please, we Edo where Oja Ayasim woman. It is that point area I'm going to be, addressing this matter from. We must do everything that we can to defend our land, because this story cannot be persistent. This story cannot continue. While we are alive. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening. I'm calling from Newcastle, United Kingdom. My name is Egwagi.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. With the look of things, I suggest our Oba of Benin should come in at this particular point, because you were saying something not quite long ago, that parable that says if we are to be we are alive, we won't have allowed our Oba to be taken to Calabar.
Yes.
So he has to call the Eniges. When he called the Eniges and tell them to have a kind of civil defense. I know we have civil defense already, but the Eniges, they have a big role to play. Because if he's able to speak with the Eniges,
okay, we have lost the caller. Anyhow, Edo people, we are going to be round off with this discourse. We've taken a cross section of views from people, but one thing is sure is that rising from this minute, I'm going to be reaching out to a number of persons, and I'm sure I'm going to be reaching out to a number of Edo associations across the world, Edo communities. They must be involved in this project. It's important, and I think that we are going to be liaising with a cross section of Edos all across the world. This is important because, as it is, Nigeria right now is under a state of emergency, and what we already see from the western region, and of course all that has been happening with these killer herdsmen, we saw them greatly in Borno, what's it called, Plateau State, Port Harcourt area, and all of that. We saw their SSCs. We have seen the SSCs in eastern part of Nigeria. Somebody suggested we should now have SARS security network. Okay, I agree with that. But in the event that this is not coming, as it were, I think that we the Edos need to really, really rally ourselves around. However it is, we can parachute ourselves out of these issues. We can clear our bushes, clear our villages, rid them of all of this kind of menace and all this kind of nonsense. We can. Like somebody said, we need to be calm, calculated, and of course, take the bull by the horn with all wisdom, as it were. And I think that's what we are going to do by the grace of God. But we will talk to all stakeholders and make them understand that there is nothing more urgent now than to ensure that security of lives and property for now and for tomorrow is guaranteed in Edo State. Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir. You are probably going to be the last caller I'm taking tonight. Just go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Thank you for the program that you brought out this evening. We so much appreciate you, sir. Please, my contribution quickly is concerning how to make Edo a safe place. And we need to draw the attention of our Omonoba, our father, the Royal Majesty, and also the Enigi of Edo State. And it should just be a combined emotion to everyone, and those Edo organizations in diaspora and that of Edo State also. So this is my own contribution. So that we need everyone attention needs to be drawn this. In any platform, in any how we can be able to reach them through all the network. Thank you very much.
God bless you, my brother. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. I am happy. I am glad that the discourse has now shifted to how we are going to secure Edo State. And we will secure Edo State. We will. Again, raw. Interest in raw. So there is nothing that is going to stop this movement. On that note, I want to thank everybody who's been part of this process. This matter is open-ended. We are going to come again to discuss it, but I want to go and make adequate consultations. I want to quickly talk about this book. I just ordered this book and I just got it. It's been one of our colleagues in Beno, Osine Osazuwa Omede, Owe Wagiara Zedo. I've read some, first few pages of the book, and I think it's a very good book. It's relevant. Let us support this brother. If you are out there, you can order this book from Amazon. It's there. I bought it from Amazon myself. Every rand, I think it's about £7 something, as it were. So let's support our brother, encourage him, and of course, every Edo person is an author. Let us try to encourage them. This is a good book. Preserves the Edo language. So let's try order this book if you are there. I'm just advertising this book for him. I think it's good. One of the problems in we are losing our culture. We are losing so many things. Uphold as a people. You understand what I'm saying now? These are some of the issues. Our own re-identity. There was a time I spoke about the identity of the Edo man. Our own re-identity as Africans, we are losing it. Some of it is very difficult for us to even maintain the language where Mazoe. So at the end of the day, we are getting crossed from all fronts. In a time, in one of my broadcasts, many of us don't understand the real truth. International passport. The real passport of the Edo man, your money, your greeting, your family greeting, your real passport, the one you wearing. If you like, you hold red Euro passport or blue British passport or it doesn't matter. Your real passport is the tuwe, labieze, labo, lakun, latose, labau. Whatever your family greeting is, that locates you in Edo land. So now, while we are trying to defend ourselves from all front, we must defend ourselves holistically from all front. That's why I'm according with Allah. For the Edos, let us speak Edo language. Okay, when I mean Edo language, I don't just mean just be me alone. If you're an Ishan person, encourage Ishan to be spoken in your household. You are kukuruku. Speak your language. Let us everybody speak your language. Let's encourage it in our home, at least in our own household. But this is our true identity. To fight this battle of restoring the dignity of our land, protecting our own frontiers, our land and everything, we are not going to speak English to do it. We are not going to speak Hausa. Edo mahiaze Yahweh. Edo mahiaze ya defend our land. So my people, even when you are the Tahiri where Osazuwa omede weseo ibena nugben wagiaze do is a very good book. Let us try and get copies of this book, and of course to encourage ourselves, encourage our brother, and of course let us read it. No, it's not just to get it. Let us study it with our families, with our children. It's going to go a long way. It's going to help. So here I was just wanted to mention that briefly. For those who have joined us, thank you so very much. We're going to come my way again with this particular subject matter. we have it, you know, as a cardinal objective to ensure holistically that we defend our land. We're going to chase that to a logical conclusion, and I'll come your way again on that. And let's not forget, the Edo Street Lighting Project is still on, you know, under the name of the Comrade Show, and I want to thank all the light angels we've had. The last place we went to visit, install lights, I'm just going to show you some footage that we have from, the lights are on right now. They are working. They sent this one to me this evening. And I am glad the lights are already working, the street lights. They are there, you know, they are working already, and everybody's happy. And so I will encourage those who are still willing to support to ensure that they get across to us. Our numbers is right there, and let us light Edo State together. So we already providing. We started this project since last month. On the 24th of December was 24th or 23rd of December was when we started. As of today, we have installed nearly 100 lights across Edo State. But guess what? Before the end of this month, we are probably going to, you know, do up to 110 or 120 lights. So before the end of next month, I am sure that we would have installed as much as 300 street lights across Edo State. So we are going to keep on like that on that trajectory. People are already coming to light up their village and all of that. We'll keep on doing that. Edo must move forward in all fronts. And we are all going to collectively make that happen. So thank you very much, my people. May God bless you all. May God bless Edo State. May God bless God of Edo State. And of course, may God bless Nigeria and Nigerians. My name is Comrade Lante Ikmousa Oriahi. I'm signing out, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.
Make Comrade Show way. Comrade Lante Oriahi. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us. Follow us and be the first to know.